really getting into it. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, y'all, what's up? Welcome to the Jade Fox Show. We got Mo Hart, the one and only, the icon.
Legendary children.
I'm actually working on it, okay? I'm gonna put you on it. I didn't know that you could hold a note.
Children.
And we could just put that on a loop.
Mama, we made it. Look at that. Look at me, look at you, looking at us together. Whether you're on your phone, your desktop, your laptop, an iPad. What's up, Grams? I appreciate you being here. This is the first episode of the second season of the Jade Fox Show. Damn, Jade, the season only got 5 episodes? Yeah, it only got 5 episodes because we're working with what we got. But if you see the vision and you see a future for the Jade Fox Show and you want us to be successful and fruitful, there is a whole room of just black gay. The whole room is black gay. What did we say earlier? It's coochies in the room. So if you want to make sure that the coochies are paid for, this is a wild way to start. But if you would like to support the vision and the future of the Jade Fox Show, we have a Patreon and we would love you to empty them pockets, all right? Some of y'all got some child support. Give it a little bit over here. Support this child of the Lord. Speaking of the Lord, our next guest is a true multi-hyphenate, a bad bitch, if you will. You may have seen her on Drag Race All-Stars, and she done went across the pond for Drag Race UK versus the World. She is a musician, a host, and owner of Mo Beauty. And if you follow her on Instagram, then you probably have seen her Monday Devotionals where she's giving us the good word of the God. Not me in this sinful devil red talking about this Monday Devotional. Ladies and gentlemen, Mo Hart. What if you did like the theme song of this show? Because
Look, I am full, look, I've been in my jingle phase. I recently got hired to do like this song about like endangered species.
work.
And so the animal they chose was the harlequin toad.
Okay.
And baby, they heard it and they were like, we're in love with it. And I'm like, I'm in my jingle era. So yeah.
Yes.
So if you let me know.
See, we're aligning. God is in the room. God said, let's put a singing ass person in the room with Jay, who's a singing ass person.
Done.
Period.
Okay, God. Yeah, we were just talking about like removing the traffic in, you said as you are on this healing journey.
Yeah.
You just felt like one day you just we're in the room right now. So we're just talking about when we are in this place of fasting or hunger or just where the cares of this life have not preoccupied us. We can, you
tune into something.
Yeah. Which then, you know what I mean? Like the reality is that he's always there, but I think in the tuning and in the healing, you're able, what is it? First Peter. Y'all know I know scripture. It's First Peter. And he says, like, I've given you this life, everything you need for this life. I've already given it to you. It's already there. So it's just about like unlocking it. And like as you come forward in healing and growth and maturity, like you just tap into what is already there.
It's like a surrendering.
Yes.
Even today, like shit, we had to deal with some shit, you know, to get here. But we got here. And I knew that we were going to get here. I didn't know the other stuff. I was like, we can go to the store. We can go to the thing. We got Wifty here. We got PAs and shit now. I was like, there's people and there's things. Like, you don't need to know the means. You know what I mean? Because everything will end up being okay. And that sounds crazy because, like, girl, how do you know? But you always figure it out.
It always, here you go. I think it's the whole thing of like you said, the surrender. And there's nothing that you can do to like try to force it to be. And now you're, you know, that's made your blood pressure go up. Now you're offended, you're frustrated and all of this other stuff.
Trying to control everything.
Boom. When I can just release, it's going to work because reality is the mission was to get from A to B. How we were going to get there, what was going to happen, don't know. But I know the goal was to get from A to B.
Yep.
So that's all that matters.
And we're here. Be True Studios is not only the official sponsor of the Jade Fox Show, but it is women founded and operated, which means it always smells good, there's always toilet paper, and there's always soap in the bathrooms. You know how we do. Here you'll find creative spaces where you can shoot your content, connect with like-minded folks, and as the name suggests, be true. Need somewhere to host your next event? BTS is just one click away. So click the link in the description to learn more about Be True Studios and for booking. And remember the Be True motto. Feel inspired, get creative, and be true. On with the show. You are beautiful.
Thank you.
I've seen that you've kind of taken on a more androgynous, kind of feel. I'm seeing them. Oh, I'm not seeing the mustache.
Look, I messed it up. I was trying to do the Saucy Santana.
What is that?
Saucy Santana.
Oh, when it's really thin?
Yeah. And I was trying to, and then it just said, yeah. And I was like, yeah. So I'm purposely growing it back out today. So
Got
I was
it.
like, oh, but yeah.
Got it.
But here you go. I posted it on the story. I was like, y'all, I'm going to go film with Jade. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I wanted to give, here you go. We were talking about finding Black queers in LA, and I didn't get to be like, I was like gay in Kansas City. Like I would wear, little high heels to like a little work party. But most of all, it was just drag. But being exposed to the community and just seeing us and how we get to express
the full breadth of our lives.
The fullness.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm for sure a butch queen. I want to be muscles all day with a little sissy on the side. Very nice.
And is butch queen reserved specifically for like masculine identified, male identified folks?
You know what? Because this is your show, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Because I think a butch queen, truthfully, to me, almost is like the female version of a stud. Right? Because
well,
it's not
a stud a woman, usually.
Yes. So, well, that's what I mean. Like, if a boy is a butch queen, then a stud would be, you know what I mean? Because a stud is like gorged.
Yes.
But still got a little You know what I mean? Where a dude, like a butch queen, generally is like, that's a 6'5" man.
You work out, but you also wear a little.
But he got a little crop top on. Dr. Brinkley, shout out to Dr. Brinkley. If you are going through and you need a therapist, Dr. Brinkley is the one to hire. But he
see a butch queen?
He runs a group called the Sissy Squad.
I love that.
And they're all Black and queer, all muscled down, and just like, yeah, just us. And I
love that.
I'd be like, oh, please, just let me be in the room. Girl,
just let me be in the room. I want to be a butch queen.
You are.
I don't want to appropriate, though. You know
what? It's all ours.
That's fair. We made all of this shit up.
That part.
We make the rules.
That part. So come in. You know what? Clock in, clock out. That part. Get a check on both sides.
Yeah. So how has it been, being in LA, finding your people, finding your community? Like, what is that process and that experience been like?
It has been an interesting journey. I don't think I did it necessarily the right way with grace. At least with my white friends.
Okay. I need to know more about.
I left Kansas City and I was like, I need to find niggas.
Where the niggas at? Where the drugs? Where the niggas at?
I was just like, where they at? Now, here you go. Now, not to say that they weren't in Kansas City, but the spaces were not the same space.
Yeah, especially
right?
queer spaces.
And so... Also, I work pretty much every weekend, so I'm always going to get my check. If I did a show, the paychecks weren't the same. You know what I mean? So I generally stayed in the white spaces or whatever. So anyway, coming out here, I was just like, where they at? Then you go out and you be like, where y'all at?
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened. Boom.
Pandemic really changed a lot. It changed so much.
Everything. Thank God they at least came back with the Sunday, like Negro Night and We Hug.
Where's that?
At Heart.
Okay.
I think it's called Legacy.
Is that where they have all the Drag Race events?
Some of them.
Parties and stuff?
No, that's Mickey's generally.
Got it.
Heart is like the more club. They used to have like a little ratchet stripper night there on like Thursdays. It was fabulous, girl. The girls and the guys be up there, girl. Just ow.
There used to be way more like Black lesbian, not even just Black lesbian, because honestly, if it was a gay event, regardless of like how gendered it was, if it was R&B and hip hop, it was all Black queer people. And I remember pre-pandemic, Heart. Really? Did you ever go? Did you ever go with me?
What's that pedal spot?
Yeah, with the big old, yes. It was ratchet as fuck.
It was never because it was shooting over there.
Yeah, it was at capacity all the time. But it was a good time.
And look, it's
We make the most of it.
we do.
We really do.
We
What is
really
it?
do.
How has it been finding like queer people that are also into Jesus?
I think hard because I have been reluctant to open up to them about my experience with Jesus.
I understand.
So, and I think I didn't just come from a background of like, we went to church every Sunday. That was my life, like most Black kids growing up in a Christian home. I then went into what most people would now consider an occult. Didn't know that at the time, but they were like very, very radical, very, very that. So it was very, very extreme. And to then come out, I'm still trying to process all of this the gay, and now you want to talk to me about cheating. Like, me and him are cool, but we have different language than you. So I didn't want to, and now I've just been like, you know, you said you've been listening to mentors and getting in it. And I've been like, if I have free time, get on fucking YouTube and like learn a skill, learn mentoring, whatever. And there was someone, and he was like, you've been afraid to open up your mouth. But he was like, what you want. He goes, what you need to help you get to that next level is right there in you. And you've just been holding it. So
That's the plight of being a magnetic person.
yeah.
Because you are a magnetic person. And I even think that, like, I understand why bringing up the topic of religion or just spirituality in general with queer people, because honestly, it's a trauma thing for a lot of us. And I know that I believe you had experience in a conversion.
Yes. So I did,
not the laughter.
Growing up in Black spaces, it was like very charismatic, like we're going to bind and rebuke the demon out, right? Then going into white spaces, we're going to leave our hearts open for Jesus, and he's going to speak words of truth. And there was all of this stuff. You're queer because you have a absent father and an overbearing mother and all of these things and all of the shits, right? And emotional dependency and codependency issues and all of this, because the program that I went through were like formed by these ex-gay queer people. Then when I came out, I think for at least 6 months, any gay bar I was always crying. Because I would meet queer people and I'd be like, so tell me you're coming out, sir. And they'd be like, like, I'm gay, my brother's gay, this, and And you're like, what? So it's not parenting. It's not this whole, and I would just weep and I'd be like, what the hell? Like, why for so long, if we're so good, did I feel so not good? So the self-hatred ran deep. And I think that in some of though I am very nervous, I still like the sissy squad. I'd be like, let me go out to the little party, girls. I can dance a little woo, woo, woo. To explore this queerness of like being on a dance floor and some man coming up and holding you, and you're dancing, you're vibing, and you're kissing, you're loving, and it's just that.
Like letting the love just run through you, not judging it.
It has been a beautiful, hard thing because it's a lot of like
unlearning.
It's almost not a big Harry Potter fan or like, you know, fan as they would say, but there's a scene where like Dumbledore would take a memory and just pull them out, and I feel like that's what it is. It's just like you're just doing all of this, like pulling out. I think the only way to say it's like you laid a like railroad foundation, and just uprooting all of it constantly has been like, you think like, oh, I'm a drag queen, but you're on Drag Race.
Right. I am the pinnacle. I am the peak. It can't get no gayer.
And it's still been
Mm-hmm.
like that has been so opening up about that. I did a big post on my YouTube. On my Instagram, and so many people can like just reached out to me. People have been like, I'm 35 years out and it's, and you know, like, it's like,
No.
so then it makes you like, okay, now I can talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not all of these things that I learned what made us queer, but the struggle that is so uniquely ours because we are queer.
Yes. And it is uniquely ours.
Uniquely ours.
Like, you own your queerness. And I feel like as we mentioned about just like androgyny and having like a butch queen aesthetic, you know, choosing, you know, I want to be a little bit more femme today. I want to be more masc today. I feel like it was my expression that allowed me to explore my sexuality. So it's like, as soon as I started dressing a little bit more masculine, I started carrying myself a certain way. You know, your energy attracts a certain type of energy.
It does.
And so it was interesting because I was very much like, this is me. I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. I dress like this. These are the types of girls that I date. And then once I gave myself the opportunity to learn myself, to experience myself, to experience queerness through a lens of like curiosity, a lot of things opened up. And I don't know if that lesbian label the way it used to for me.
You know, look, the older I get, I don't identify as gay, right, generally because I'm in predominantly straight surroundings. And I go, you don't need to know my bedroom activity. You just need to know that I'm sugary. So I say queer, right? Generally also when people say gay, they think of gay white, right? Okay, wonderful. So this is queer, lovely. But in the expression, I'm like, I had so much shame that I think I could only express in makeup as like Monique at the time, feeling pretty. But then starting to work out, loving on myself and being able to, I'm like, there's so much out here. I think I might want to try all of it.
Yeah.
I think I want to try all of it. There's a lot.
Yeah. You ever dated a stud?
You know, truthfully, and I was hoping this question would come up, there has been at least, wait a minute, I think her name is Ashley Green. She was in Chesapeake, Virginia. She
Okay,
went to
Virginia.
Oscar Smith High School with me. Ashley Green was the baby. She was fine as hell. Always had like a juvie wrap, just fresh bomb, just oh, baby, pretty green eyes. She was like, yeah, what's up? I used to love her.
Did she have like a Khadijah vibe? Khadijah James type of vibe?
She would have been a little bit more like split regime Khadijah.
Okay.
With a little Maxine.
Okay. Listen, she might follow me. So listen, reach out.
That part.
I would love to know the stories. What are some misconceptions that you feel like people may have about you?
I don't know. Here you go. I think in being Monique at the time, when after like Drag Race or whatever, you're just like, hi, I'm a person, you know, not just the loving some emotional support, just that, what is that? Mama, well, my mammy, well, you know, and it's funny because I've even learned how to navigate these Hollywood streets that you either play the Jezebel, the mammy, or the seductress, you know what I mean? And everybody loves the mammy, but it's partly of like who I am. I'm just a lover, and it's just my years of full-time ministry. It's just who's there, but
you're a nurturer.
I am, but then at the same time, I am just as ratchet. I am just as feisty. I will fight, cuss, stomp you. Like the things I've said to some of the people that I love out of anger, out of like purely overreacting just because I'm a Gemini type shit. Like yeah, it's bad. But so I just feel like I don't know. I don't feel like I get a full arc where other people are allowed to like, I do think being in more Black queer spaces, fortunately so. Yes.
That definitely will change things.
But I think that that's also because I've had to be, I remember there was a time in my life where I prided myself for being not that black guy over there.
As in?
With somebody, like, they were like, you're fine, like, you're not one of those.
You're one of the good ones.
And I remember how I prided myself on that at the time, because my grandmother, she was always like, he's a good white folk, da 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 da. When I moved from New York to Virginia, and that was a major culture shock.
These are good white folks.
And seeing that game, I think I just played into it. And I think when I was turning 28, 29, that's when I was like, you're black. Like, you can't hide from me.
Yep. Let's do a runoff.
I'm not a runner, but I can try. If you do one, I can probably try to follow.
No, you do one and then I'll follow.
The only thing I can hear right now is hands to heaven.
Hands to heaven, I break kids on to save my soul. Oh, whoa.
There you go.
You saw my face. So your song, Redemption, let me introduce ya. It's just such a charismatic song. There's so much energy in the song. And it didn't like click at first. I was like, oh, God is in the room.
Yeah.
When this song was created. So like, what was that like to like go that direction when it came to music?
I think music has probably been the hardest thing that I've wanted to do ever in my life. Just a little backstory. When I was in these white spaces, my voice was too big, too loud, too heavy for the little soft. So then and then coming out, I was just like, if you don't love me and you don't want to deliver me, because other people were being like set free from the game at the time, then I've heard all my life, like, you loved your voice. I was like, well, I'm just going to start smoking just to, you know what I mean? Just very like,
Being petty.
and then coming out or whatever, and then getting on Drag Race and doing Brown Costa, and people like, Brown Costa? I'm like, I can actually sing if I'm singing it. Then I did a little project, and I think the first one was very much like all kind of like all over the place. Like I have a song, Prayer for Judah, Prayer for like a song about You're Not Unnoticed, song about a boy. The pandemic came, and then God was like really good to me. I got to buy my mom a car, still got to pay her bills and whatnot. And I was just like, well, here you go. Let me just write a love letter that you got. And so that's what that last project was. This new project is very much like trying to find my voice, trying to find my footing, rap, R&B, music. Love songs are hard because I don't have queer experience to like really
Speak from
the shit out, which I think happens, or from what I've watched in my friend.
I mean, I think everyone's just telling some type of story.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's theirs or someone else's.
Yes.
So you haven't had, the one queer love?
No, I've had a lot of foolishness where I was dumb enough to entertain. I think I fell prematurely for a few, also just like, well, I think in the last one, truthfully, I think I was just in a hard, like, buff spot, and I just needed someone there.
I feel that.
But they weren't the person, and they were like, I just want to reiterate. And I was like, I know. And then I just leave. Because I was like, I was going through a lot, and I just kind of needed the fantasy of like someone was there. No, I haven't. I wanted it. I think about it all the time. Like, why haven't I?
I mean, it'll happen when it's supposed to.
I think there was a few.
I feel like you can't look for it.
I don't know. Here you go. Lately, after moving to LA, I was just like, I need a personal color. That was it. Before moving to LA, I was just like, I just want me a white man. I was in the bullshit.
Not
God
this.
has delivered me. God has delivered me. God has
I
delivered
want a
me.
white man.
God has delivered me. God has delivered. I am delivered. Okay. But I think a lot of that came from just seeing how they treated the Drag Race girl. Or like, why is it that all the Drag Race girls have white partners, this, that, and the third, or men in Hollywood, you know what I mean? So I was just like, okay, I just need a person of color. And then in that, I was just like, I think I need to do a little bit more work.
That part.
Because
That part.
I will love balding. I will give you the world.
Yeah.
But as soon as you cross me, I'm potting on your lungs. I'm serious, not like I'm
the line.
I'm plotting on you to destroy you. And I had the thought.
So wait, how did we get there? So you went from, you said that you can go from love bombing someone to,
I'm ready to fight you.
okay. And that's if they like do something wrong or if they
Just
try
like-
to lean in.
I think I will take bullshit until or I'm very Gemini, so then I'll just overreact. Like, who's you talking to?
I also overreact.
Excuse me? I think your tone is a little, because I am the receipt keeper. What you said, January 22nd at 5 p.m.
See?
Bye.
I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this. But you know what? At least you know.
At least I do know.
Yeah.
I think I also want the fantasy of like being spoiled rotten.
So do we really just want like sugar daddies? Do we want to be like courted?
I kind of want to be courted, but I don't want a sugar daddy. Like, I don't want to have to be a hoe.
That's fair.
But
Optional
I've done
hoe.
shit for free, so you might as well get a check. That's what my friends have said. However, I hear stories of like, you know, there was a friend of a friend, and this man was like, come with me to an island, and I'll pay you $20,000 for 3 days for the boyfriend fantasy. No sex, just, you know, companionship, spend time. Where is that? I just want or like to fall in love with some old man who's like geriatric and he's like almost dead, like that kind, like Anna Nicole Smith type situation. Like, just want
You would sign up for that?
Oh, that man. Wait, did she actually sleep with him?
I don't know.
If she didn't really, I mean, look, do you know any women that are like, sugar my
Rich, like older women that would cater to me, they don't hit my line. They don't hit me up. See, this is my issue with being in LA, is that a lot of lesbians here are not it's like Taylor Swift versus Beyonce. I feel like I'm not comparing myself to Beyonce, but I feel like I'm a Beyonce and a lot of Taylor Swift. Does that make sense? Similar to I'm sure your experience in Kansas. And it's just like, I need someone with a little bit of flavor.
Please.
I need like some broth in that blood. Yeah, yeah.
Are you an East Coaster?
I am. I'm from Virginia.
I think, where?
Woodbridge.
I don't know.
Rupaul.
We in 757.
703.
Okay, I don't know nothing about the 757.
I know about the 757 though.
Yeah, because this is Hampton Road, right? So I went to school up in there.
I went to school in Richmond.
VCU? Shut up, my uncle did too.
Really?
Yeah.
Small world.
Oh my gosh, girl. Okay. I found my energy. If I'm in New York on the East Coast, or just anywhere on the East Coast, the way I talk to men works.
Okay.
Here,
Yes.
I'm abrasive.
It's too much.
Too much.
Ooh, I get that.
Like, they want to cat mouse chase you. What's up?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the other thing. They
fair.
don't expect me to be like, I give you a firm, like, I'm a dude right now. Okay. So I'm not.
There's a man in this
Okay.
room.
That's hard. Now, I might go clean out as soon as I walk away from you. But I just
I'm gonna switch the hips when I walk away.
Maybe I got his number. Ladies, got the number. I'll see you later. Very bad. You know what I mean? Very bad team. But I feel like men, New York, Philly, even Florida, it's just a little bit Atlanta. There's space to be you.
Yeah.
Where here, I feel like it's about the vibe, but I'm chill. So if like, if so-and-so is trying
It's
to
like
be
people
chill.
want you to meet them where they're at. instead of you coming into the space.
Because if you come in full glory, oh, you're too much.
Yeah.
Baby, I just walked in the room.
Right.
So that means that this pressure is real. So yeah, that's what, but then here you go.
Tough.
I do enjoy hanging out in the next time the little Black queers have a little event, I'm going to invite
We just
you.
need to like have something because
I'm thinking about doing a little like party for drag comic weekend. And we're putting it on like a Black party. I mean, everybody's welcome, but because
not everyone.
we just need to. And then another kickback that is at a barbershop owned by a Black queer woman.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I would love to help
yeah, very
in
much.
any way possible. I would love to do that. Absolutely. Have you always had the entrepreneurial spirit?
I would say I've always had the ambition, the audacity to be one. I think this Christian ministry segment of my life, I think,
He was really plotting on your downfall.
yeah, like here you go. I say that because that's me saying I have to embrace the fact of being present. You are where you are right here, right now. You know, that's where I look at some of my friends that are my same age, you know, a little further along because they did certain things. So I look back and I said, I had the drive to do it back then. I just don't know. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So now that I had my foot in the door, I'm like, bop, 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 bop. So we started Mogul, which is a talent agency. I've had a very blessed career to not have a crown from the show. And, you know, we're on season 6 with Amazon Music, worked with Lil Nas X, Dolly Parton, the list goes on, Katy Perry, blah, 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 blah. I kept talking to my manager, who's now my business partner. I said, if we could just put the girl who, yeah, they can move across the stage, wonderful. But listen to the bitch speak. If we can get her here, put this one here, put this one here and do different things. And so we started Mogul. And so it's been very, very great. We have 5 clients. I'm very excited. And I have Mo Beauty, which is a beauty and a skincare. We're going to do some more. That has been a labor of love because beauty brands are just hard to do in general. But then learning so much about the business, I'm like, oh, hey, let me redo it. Da, 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 da. So we're going to do some more things with that, like the lashes. The same lashes I am wearing,
Yes.
we had on Jade for the photo shoot
Yes.
that were giant. And that's when I knew. I said, oh, I don't have lashes. Like, these are small for me. And I was like, oh, this will be the small girl lash. So we have just different things coming up. And then I'm jumping into hair.
And hair was like part of your origin story.
Hair is my origin story. So like makeup and hair, both of those are like, you know, like I love hair. Ever since I was a kid, my mom would wear hair extensions and I would play with them as a baby. My grandmother, like I was just always the faggot on them. Barbie, all of it, girl. And so I'm always either styling hair for myself or making hair for a client or, you know, one of a friend. Just jumping through it. That's what you love.
You're already
so
doing
we're going to do CUNIT. But we're very, very excited for that. So that should be coming out in the day.
And the girls like human.
Look,
I don't know much about wigs.
Now here you go. The girls we're going to be putting out like very, very, very good quality hair. So, and that's like another endeavor of learning that business and just the whole thing of like, do you want your clients buying hair that can last them up to 5-6 years? Or do you want them buying hair that they have to be spending money in 6 months? For me, I had hyperpigmentation and whatnot, and so I wanted to create a solution for that, you know?
And your makeup is more than just face makeup. It's also like skincare as well.
So just wanting to provide solutions, and I think if you look at any great successful business, that's what they do.
Yep. And it's even better when we make it. with us in mind.
Look, we are really stepping in. Like you hear so much about like the Black Wall Streets of back in the day, and though we may not have an area where it is just us moving that route, or, they're there, the Atlantas and different parts of Mississippi, but it's not in that same regard. I feel like we are on this road where it's like things are coming into place, like almost like you said before, something about the traffic is being moved out the way, and we go, oh, hello.
Yep.
And I just really do in music and arts and even in like agriculture. I'm like, we have all these Black folks that are farming.
Yes. Big Black farmers.
What?
Yeah, we see y'all. I feel like that is one particular profession as well as industry that I'm hearing more often now.
I want to get in it.
Same.
I'm like, I can feed some chickens, some cows.
The rutabaga?
Baby.
Put the chickens in the motherfucking coop.
I'm like, the older I get, I'm like, when we talk about like, we are the hope of our ancestors, and I go, yes, it is great for us to be here as queer entertainers, queer people in our own. But I go, some of that also is to take back that which they stole or that which we did and did well. Now we can actually profit off it. And I really think that agriculture is one of those that I think, like almost like, you ever had eggs from the Amish? Okay. I'm just saying
What kind
that.
of question is?
I'm just saying, like,
I'm not.
I haven't had farm eggs, but I've had like eggs from the Amish, which are essentially from a farm, and they're just so fresh.
Aren't they? They're like darker too, right?
Yeah,
That thing's is orange.
baby. It'd be so
Marigold.
Good. So in the sense of like, just if more of us was just in that space where we could just do what the Black Panthers did, feed us and take care of us. That's what I think.
Do you feel like Black culture should be gatekept?
What does that mean?
Like, do you feel that it is something that we should be letting other people take advantage of? Such as like the Post Malones of the world, or even like Miley Cyrus when she was doing Wiz Khalifa features.
I've had a lot of folks, they run it back from her, oh, she's apologizing. I'm like, I never heard that article. That interview where she said, I didn't read that where she said she was like, I'm sorry. However, at this point, I don't know like what we can do. We have laid such a foundation in a format that can be duplicated. You know what I mean? I mean, if you listen to what R&B music was in the 90s to what R&B or what it looked like, sound may be the same. Close your eyes, you couldn't tell. But the people in the category.
Because one
She
thing about that
like
woman,
a Black lady from a Kojic church.
Okay.
Like she be going, yeah, you know what I mean? Great. There's so many of us that have not been paid or been given their flowers or an opportunity to make a check to where like rights get to come in and just make it because not even their culture says it, but like our culture will co-sign.
yes,
And say that this is good, or, well, fuck, I don't get nothing about that shit. The beat go hard. Okay, lovely. But like, he was his inspiration. So I at some point, I don't know, I feel like we are out back in on something. I don't know. I don't think it should, but
I see that though, because it's the thing that it's what kind of like what you were saying earlier, just like we're waking up to what it means to hold parts of like the Black experience or Blackness, whether it be in music, other traditions, more closer to us. I think we're seeing that right now with the whole Drake versus Kendrick thing.
here you go. At the same time, I don't think any of us are actually gatekeeping anything because how many of us are actually doing the ones that are signing the check? That's the real gate. You know what I mean? Like Yeezy was Yeezy and yah, and then he said one thing about them Jews, and they took their pocketbook and said rah, and then he was up, fat and bloated. So when I think of gatekeeping, I think of like Tyler Perry in a sense where it's like in Oprah. Those are like gatekeepers in a sense. Like she signs, she writes the check, she can make that phone call about a bless you or curse you and type things. But when it comes to like,
Something so vague, so large as...
You know what I mean? You had Justin Timberlake trying to co-sign one time talking about, well, we all make music. No, we don't.
I was with you on Justified.
Yeah.
They lost me after that, JT. I like Trolls, though.
My only song by him is Cry Me a River.
He did eat that.
He did, but I think Timberland was the producer on that, right?
You see, once again,
Us.
the hands, the presence is there. When you finally get to the space where you are comfortable with your gender presentation, your sexual presentation, how do you own that enough to share it with others?
I would say I started to, for me, I think when I started to get fit and I lost weight, yeah, I think it was just I lost weight. I think for me, I don't want it like it to come across like fat shame or fat phobia or anything like that. But I can say even when I lost weight the first time and I saw a difference in my drag, like I was trying to be, maybe I would take scraps of fabric and do a whole little outfit because I was finally like where I could show skin. And just, I wasn't afraid to show my body. I think if I was fine being a bigger person and had never felt like this isn't my body, I think it would have been different.
Right.
Because I have friends that are like, baby, I'm big and I'm out. And I love it. And I'd be like, baby, let me touch. Yes. But me, I go, when I was 300, I go, this isn't my body. So now that I am feeling confident, I'm feeling like sexy, I'm like, baby, I look in the mirror, I see the muscle definition. Now I'm like, what does this look like with a touch of femininity? You know what I mean? What does this look like? What does this masculine frame look like in lingerie? You know, I saw what his frame looked like, but what does mine look like? And I put it on and I go, oh, I look good. And I know I look good because if I close my eyes, I want to hump him. That's me. You know what I mean? That's me.
Got it.
And so I would say to youth or to the younger ones that are coming out, whether they are 50-something coming out, you know, that is the beauty of us as well.
That's
like,
true.
We
It's
get
a
to come
spectrum
out as like toddlers, babies, or 50, 60-something years old. I would say first feel confident and secure with who you are and that person in the mirror is. And then from there, clothes are just clothes. You know what I mean? And as long as you're not breaking any law that's going to put you in a sex offender's list, you're not. You know what I mean? If you live close to a school, don't walk out the house in negligee. I wouldn't do that. But if you live downtown, girl, live your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Very, very bad. But, yeah, like just be wise. I would also say I am also grown, getting to explore. If you don't have a friend of mine named David, he came out at 16. His mother was like, we not. Oh, wonderful. You know what I mean? He is butch down, baby. Just chest. I mean, oh, that's what I want to be about. He had a safe space to explore. If you don't have a safe space like that, I would say
That's true.
Be smart. And I think even though we live in a day where I won't be silent, be smart.
Because you want to be safe.
You want to be safe because there's nothing that comes out of like, well, I'm going to just let my career, and now you did.
You got to say it.
Just in the sense of like, I think a lot, you just need to know where you at. Like,
like live
freely, but wisely.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe get your nails done instead of wearing them flat. You know what I mean? Because you have to pay close attention to your nails to see that they're done. So maybe that's the way to show that you know what I mean? You don't have to do all of this. You can, bitch, put a little mascara on. Bop, bop, and it's there. You want a little lip gloss, bop, and it's there. Baby, you want to wear your jacket like it's a little boom, and you know what I mean? But do what you need to do in safe spaces. In safe spaces to to make the journey.
Yeah.
Because that's the main thing. You got to get back home.
We want you to make it back home. And I also feel like for some people, you just have to move. Because it wasn't until I moved to LA where I started to not think about what I looked like so much. Because like sometimes just depending on where you are, you don't have those options. And I'm only thinking about America right now. We're not thinking outside of that.
That part.
And so I do feel like sometimes you just need to make that move to live your life the way you want to live your life.
Which is also part of the queer journey.
Yeah.
Like us leaving home and like coming back as like the settled, rested individuals.
Healed.
Healing. Loved. You know what I mean? I would say the same. Like, this Kevin is not the Kevin that was in Kansas City. You know, and it was only, much like they say in New York or LA, like, you're not the craziest thing that the people have seen that day. So you're like, oh, I'm fine. Yeah. Like, I'm fine. You know who's actually turning stunts and turning looks? Is the homeless lady walking right there, baby. She's giving, okay? That's our sister. She's giving.
She's doing the most with that.
Part.
IKEA blanket. So I've always been curious, is there a downside? And I know that the fans can be a lot from Drag Race, but is there a downside to being associated with Drag Race?
No. I'm trying to think, like, no.
The check's clear.
Here you go. I think a lot of people have a problem with a lot of French fry people. And I say that in the sense of, you know, how there was always that one onion ring in there in the midst of the French fries. So, white folks, they'll be the main ones who'll be like ready to call out RuPaul for like the fracking and this, that, and the third, but won't call out the other white men that are getting paid for fracking. So I feel like
that are also on the show?
No, that are just other men that are making money from fracking. So I'm just saying that's the only negative connotation that is like associated with RuPaul. The man has been a blessing to any queen, whether you like him or hate him. That man has blessed you. That man has blessed their whole industries because of that man. You know, there are people that are making wigs full time. There are people that are making garments full time. Now these people are making garments for Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, Beyonce. Like Cardi B's stylist, designer used to make, he probably still does, but at one point was making garments for Alyssa Edwards. You know what I mean? Like, so the blessing that RuPaul, if somebody did have a problem, I'd be like, baby, you can lick the left one. You know what I mean? He's blessed any and everything, the most queer representation.
True.
And RuPaul was the drag queen before RuPaul's Drag Race. You know what I mean? Like, if you thought drag queen, you thought RuPaul or Divine generally. But now you say, oh, you're a drag queen. RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh! Or you say, oh, you're a drag queen. Are you going to audition for RuPaul's Drag Race? You know what I mean? Like, it's just all true. You know, all eyes are on Drag Race. Ariana Grande duplicated Pheromone's look from All Stars in the 6 Rings, you know what I mean, music video. Everybody is watching. No shade. You look at a lot of these female entertainers, these rap girlies and singers, and they all look like drag queens about to go do a number at brunch.
That's true. But the inspo has always invested. Like, inspo has always been,
you know what I mean?
Drag queens,
and
queer folks, queer folks, Black queer folks,
so
T-girls.
Yeah, there's no negative. I love that.
Oh,
I want to hug him so much.
RuPaul, come on my show. You need to come on this side of town.
That part.
Okay, where the studs are. There's a stud season of Drag Race.
Can I ask you this question? What is stud standing for?
Stud, it just means like Heart is more of a stud to me. But no. Y'all can see the thing. Like a stud is just like a very masculine identified woman.
Yes.
But I guess they don't have to be women. But
so my friend, I'm not going to say their name, but they said stud stands for steel titties under the dress.
Bye. What? Still titties dress is crazy. Oh, I want that on a t-shirt though. Wow. Wow.
And that's how we open up the show.
My mind just opened up. Wow. Have you heard this before?
Well, hold on. You said a stud is a
masculine identified.
So then a bulldogger would be.
Yes. Is that?
Because I thought a bulldogger was like the butch masculine, a self-identifying woman, right?
Oh, studs are specifically black.
I thought they were black and brown.
From what I know.
Because I've
That's how I am too. Like, you can be like that
No, you should be in this conversation. You the stud in the room.
Y'all don't even hear me. Like,
You know what we'll do? We can you talk and then we'll just put a photo of your face over and we'll put the audio over.
I'm so tired.
There you go.
Boom.
But yeah, no, not necessarily because it don't really matter to me. It's about the swag and the style and the way you bring yourself.
Which is why I say, here you go. Down south in Virginia, the swag, the studs were black and Latin, and then there were a few country white girls that weren't just like tomboys. They would like get out the car and you would hear like Genuine and like all the shit. So they was.
What was their haircut?
She still had the taper.
Oh, all right.
You know when they got the taper?
I do. The thing is, I can't call a white girl a stud. I can't. Me personally, personal preference. It's something about that.
But it is the swagger.
I'm a gatekeep. That's one part of black culture that I'm a gatekeep.
But it is the swagger. But I do feel like
stud aesthetics.
A stud has to be a pretty girl that is masculine.
Interesting.
At least, because all the studs, they would be like gorgeous, and then they would just be like, cornrow would be like a little baggy t-shirt on, and you'd be like, because I would be like, I'm in love with you. You're like, stud. Oh. I mean, like, what? No, I was Ashley Green. Maybe I was in love with her.
So what is the label if they're not pretty?
I don't. Probably. Lesbian. I don't know. I don't know.
Not the spectrum of stud dynamics.
But I think a lot of this language that we have now was surely not there in the 2000s.
Oh, absolutely
you know
not.
What I mean?
Absolutely not. You ever seen The Aggressives?
Is that a show?
No, it's a documentary about studs in New York.
No.
Well, I think it's just New York. It's good.
Is it on Amazon Prime, Netflix?
I'm gonna text you. This is an interesting conversation. I'm here for the discourse. Okay, last question. It's only right because the show, I bring people on that I admire, that I think are really doing amazing things in this world, and that I honestly try to design some part of myself after. What is your advice to folks who are watching this that may have a hard time being seen? Because I feel like you've done an amazing job of that. Being seen. Just being seen, trying. Being seen when you go on stage and you have that expectation of entertaining people. Being seen as an out queer Black person in this world who is successful and believes they deserve success. And because I feel like it's hard for a lot of people to take up space in that way.
Half of that is God-given in the sense that I've always just been, I'm here. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I am very shy. But my presence, whether I am shy or not, just takes up the room. So that's half. So the only thing I would say is to be audaciously loud, not in words, but in your presence. And that is in whether you connect with somebody and it's the hello, how are you? There's true connection in that. Like you actually, hello, how are you?
Now, are you ready for a game, my love?
I'm ready for a game.
This is a rapid fire game. It's called In or Out.
In or Out.
I'm going to list 10 items and you tell me, is it in or is it out? If we got a little anecdote you want to share along with that in or out response, share that with the girls. Color contacts.
In, because I wear it. Now, if they're out, if you're not at the special event or not trying to get like a certain look. But you're wearing them every day. The 2000s and the 99s are love your eyes. Love it.
I love that addendum. Low-rise jeans.
If you have the body for them, yeah.
A little hips, like Beyonce's hips in 2000s.
Yeah, but if you don't look like that, I don't think you should wear them.
Speedos.
If you have the body for them, you know, and I think more so, not even necessarily the front, but I think you should have enough butt to fill it out. And then the thighs have to look right. Because if it just...
One thing I've noticed about gay men is that whether there's a wagon back there or not, it's being put on display. And I love that. So it's just so shameless. It's so shameless.
So whether there's a wagon back there or not, it's put it on display. It's true. But sometimes they should, I'd be like, you should be in like cute boy shorts. You know?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Marijuana, which...
I think, here you go. I love the name cannabis because I learned that the name marijuana was a name that either Nixon or the president before Nixon put on cannabis. So that way it sounded like illegal, So it was the whole thing with Latin people or Latinx people. So yeah, cannabis should. The Lord grew it that way. And if you so happen to set it on fire, your side effects are happy, hungry, sleep.
Betwixt my lips, then just so be it. Getting choked.
I'm into it. I just have to feel safe enough with you, and I will put your hand in. I like to do it, but my grip is stronger than what I know, and I'm not trying to be. Look, I love CSI, and I've seen like a few episodes, and they're like, how did they die, Olivia Benson? You choked them out or something like that. You know, very, very scary.
Pride festivals.
It's so funny because me and my friend, we're like, yay, we're gay. At the same time, we're like, girl, these gay people. These damn queers, girl. Some of these people don't deserve equal rights, is what my friend said. And I'd be like, shut up. I'd be like, I'm live. You can't say that. Anyway, here you go. We hoes will be cute because I have backstage passes. Okay, lovely. I want to go to the one in Atlanta. I haven't been. But the one that I had in my life was in Rhode Island. It was me and Jasmine Masters there performing, and they had like a different street was a different thing. That's cool. So this whole street was just like black and Latin. The music was just everything. It smelled like blunts and Hennessy in the air.
Wow.
It was so like...
Not the colored section.
It was, and it was everything. And the trade in the room was everything. It was gorgeous. Everybody was beautiful.
This was Rhode Island?
Yeah, gag.
Shout out to
But it was crazy because like this would be like the nigga section, and this was like the Becky section. It was like more pop, and then if you wanted the circuit kind, and if you wanted that whole kind of like Showtime kind of, they had a hall for that. It was just like perfect. Like every alley was something different.
That's truly inclusive.
Very.
Mink lashes.
I'm gonna say no out because if you are in the cat family, and if you're allergic to cats, then you will wear mink lashes and you will have an allergic reaction. So this is why you should wear Mo Beauties, which give you a lovely mink-like synthetic pack.
I should have worn a pair. Wasn't there?
I'm gonna get the new ones.
The little babies?
The little babies. They're more like the Ardells.
Labels such as top, bottom, verse, mask, then.
No, I think they should be out. And this is why. Because the people that's like, oh, I'm a top, you get there and they's the bottom. So I really don't feel that.
So if y'all stop lying, then maybe they could be.
Maybe
they would be.
But yeah, I don't. I think it's like a way for people to know who you are. No, it's just another way for people to just to categorize you. And then like the whole thing, if you're a top or you're a bottom, but there's more value put on the top. You know what I mean? There's also less homophobia put on the top.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's just all of this BS. They're informational though. I mean, they help you out. Not to say, because sometimes you'll get there and he could be 6'4" and you'll be like, oh, this man's gonna break my bones. And once again, that's a lady. You know? Sides are wonderful because you get to find out like we're just doing like Okay, over the gene stuff or, oral stuff. Okay, wonderful, great, because I ate cheese and stuff.
Too much queso.
That part. So this great. I like them, but I do think that I don't like the stigma of it. Like, even there was this thing recently online and they were like, what the fuck is a sign? Da, 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 da. Like, why are you, baby, if you don't want to get your nipples sucked on that day, then that's not for you. Like, just move on. But it just helps people know, like, I think, and I do think queer sex is a lot if you are new and you're like, I want to ease my way in there. Baby, don't jump on Grindr right away because they are straight fucking. And if you're not there yet, you're not there yet. You got to ease in there.
It's like that scene in Lion King where Mufasa falls off the cliff and into that, like...
Yes. Yes.
Into the herd of the, like...
You be like, sir, I just wanted to go... No, it's so true. And you hear the stories of, like, the baby gays, and they were like, I just wanted to go over. I thought he was going to, like, have, candy out, and we were going to, like, drink wine. And no, baby. He was ready. Now you limping. Okay.
Okay, last two. Being fashionably late.
I am fashionably late on a regular basis, not always because I mean to. I always lose something and have to go back upstairs and sing it. So, but I'm trying to work on it. I think for like an event, maybe, or not, like what?
Podcasts.
Love them. And I wish I would have kept mine going. So if you have a dream or a desire to start one, okay.
Let this be your sign.
Let this be your sign. Yeah, I mean, and they're lucrative. Mm-hmm. And if you are talking about a specific niche or you have a way to engage and captivate people, yeah, baby, the sponsors will be there.
Okay.
So.
Do what you're called to do. That's Mo Heart, everybody.